Lads, lads, welcome to the Violet Paradox. I guess you could say like dash future review. We're gonna be looking at all of the Paradox mons that are gonna be coming with the Pokemon Violet version of Scarlet and Violet. So yeah, let's jump straight into them. So these are the first four. There are gonna be 7 for each Scarlet and Violet. And yeah, I mean it's pretty dope looking. By the way, all credit is to Makio.io. They pretty much have the entire Pokédex. If you guys have seen this video, it's going to be pretty close to when Scarlet and Violet is dropping. 100% you've seen these guys, but you know, just stick around a little bit. Look at these guys; they're pretty damn majestic. Okay, so we have our Iron Treads, which is, you know, it's Donphan. Steel and Ground, which is one of my favorite typings personally. We have Iron Thorns, which is the Tyranitar, which is going to be Rock, and then Electric, which I am not really a big fan of, to keep it 100, but it's his typing. Iron Jigulus, which is going to be Dark and Flying, which is okay for Hydreigon. Nothing too crazy. Definitely prefer the Dragon type over the Flying type. And then we have Iron Moth, which is going to be Fire and Poison, which is going to be Volcarona. Volcarona actually has a Scarlet and a Violet we call it form. So we have the old Volcarona and the new one. I believe Hydreigon doesn't, Tyranitar doesn't, but Donphan actually has a copy going into the Scarlet version as well. I believe that there's going to be Donphan, I know for sure has both. Volcarona has both, Ancient and Future. I believe there's one more that has both. We'll have to pull up the next version, the next copy, and then we'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Donphan. I love his typing. Absolutely love his typing. Pretty damn banger design as well. From what I heard, the shinies are actually just going to be metallic for all of the future ones, and I don't know what they're going to do for the ancient Paradox Pokemon. Maybe making them like rusty or kind of rugged looking, maybe like fossilized kind of coating on it. But I love the future and metallic look of the shiny Paradox future mons. But yeah, we're going to go straight into Iron Thorns, our Tyranitar. I don't like his typing. What I really wanted to see actually was a steel type Tyranitar where they completely drop the rock type, and maybe they can go for like a steel electric typing, which I think would be pretty nice. But ideally I was looking more at the steel, and then the well, I was looking more at steel in the dark. But how they have this design, they really could have just made like his outer body steel typing instead of the rock that it currently has. And then the only reason that Tyranitar even has the dark type is for one, he Chosen Caves, and then two, he's got like dark stripes across like his sides. Normally, where this glowing is on this Tyranitar is where you'd see like the dark stripes and stuff like that in his belly, and that kind of signified to me that he was a dark type. So now that it's electric, I could have definitely seen these guys just saying screw the rock type entirely, making his outer shell steel, and giving him that really authentic futuristic Godzilla look, which is how he's supposed to be modeled as anyways. But yeah, we got rock. It's whatever. So, you know, a futuristic rock type, you know, we got those, you know, rocks are in the future. But yeah, we're gonna moving on to Iron Jigulus. I just don't, it doesn't look different enough to me. It just looks like Hydreigon. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I want to say about it. It just doesn't look different enough to me. He just doesn't look all that cool. I mean, if you're in the future, you've had, you know, time to evolve and stuff and prosper. I expected something like, I don't know, would it be a little bit too much to ask for a steel dragon type from Hydreigon, or maybe like a steel dark type? But yeah, we'll just move on from that. I don't like it. I just don't like it at all. The typing is fine. I don't know. I just don't like it. We get Iron Moth. It's gonna be Fire and Poison. This kind of pissed me off a little bit because, well, for one, I'm pretty sure Buddy's gonna get Levitate. I hope he gets Levitate as either a hidden ability or a primary ability, whichever one. I hope he gets it. I just don't think they really needed to keep him Fire. I don't know if anybody else would agree with this, but I think that they could have just said screw the Fire and then gave him like, I don't know, could we get like a dark type? And then just make it to give him a dark type and then give him Levitate, and then he just isn't weak to anything? Like, could we have done that? Like, I don't know if you guys would agree, but I just think that would be absolutely cool if we can give Volcarona some time to shine. But this is what we got. We got the Iron Moth. Like I said, the typing isn't too crazy. It sucks that you have the quad weakness to ground types, but I'm really hoping they give him Levitate. If they don't give him Levitate, it's gonna be a little sad. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next 3. We have Iron Bundle, our Shady Penguin. We have Iron Valiant. I'm pretty sure this is Gallade. And then we have Iron Hands or Hariyama. I just want to talk a little bit more. We'll go the opposite way this time. We'll talk about Hariyama first. I fucking love this design. It's another one of those designs to where I'm like, why did you give him electric? Like, you really could have just said fuck it and then just gave him the steel typing, and he's a robot. Like, to me, he looks like a fucking robot. I don't know about you guys, but he looks like a goddamn robot. They could have gave him the steel typing instead of the electric, and I would have been fine with it. But I understand, supercharged, whatever. My boy's got yellow hands. I love the hues on him. I love the purple with the yellow contrast to it. I love the silver coating body. I can't wait to see his shiny. I have yet to see pictures of it, but I'm sure it's absolutely gorgeous. I like the typing. I really like the typing. I like the Mon. I'm pretty sure that these futuristic and the ancient versions of these Paradox Mons will not have more stats than their original counterparts. But I'm really hoping that they do give a little bit more of oomph, either in the stat distributions and how they like create these Mons, or they just, you know, give them like stats. Even though I'm sure that they won't, I just hope that they either A, give them stats, or B, give them some we call it negotiate to where their stats could be in more so categories to where they can abuse. Like with this Iron Hands, I don't want to see any sort of special attack on him, bro. I want everything in attack and HP and defense. I want him to be the tank that he looks like. He looks like a motherfucking fighter. He's a fighting type. My boy's built like it. My boy is not slim. He got all this meat on him. He's going for it. For Iron Valiant, or Gallade, I'm pretty sure it is. I really like the design. It looks like a Mega. It looks like Mega Gallade. Let's just keep it 100. It looks like Mega Gallade. It's got the perfect amount of futuristic. It's the fairy and fighting, which is... I don't know if you guys would agree with me as well, but I feel like this is probably what Gallade should have been. Because we see the fairy and the psychic typing from Gardevoir, and we're like, that's perfect. Like, it just makes sense. And then when I saw Gallade, I was a little bit... I love the psychic and the fighting typing. I love that dual typing combo perfectly. Has really solid combat awareness and stuff like that. And I think it does perform better than the fairy and the fighting type dual typing. But it just didn't feel like Gallade to me anymore, because like when I always thought of Gallade, I thought about Rolts, and Rolts, yeah, we get the psychic type on it, but it's always looked more you just say like fairy-ish, just a little bit more angelic to me than Gallade's looked. But now we have the Gallade that I always wanted from the beginning when fairy was introduced. We have the fairy and the fighting type. I haven't looked at the dual typing of these, the fairy and the fighting type specifically, so I'm not quite sure. It looks like they're going to be weak to flying. Poison? No. I think he'll be neutral to poison, I'm pretty sure. He's going to be neutral to fairy, which will be nice. Yeah, it looks like a decent typing overall. I'm pretty sure he's going to be weak to psychic. But yeah, I mean, it's just a really solid design. Beautiful new typings. I don't know if we have any other fairy and fighting type Pokemon. I don't think so. Yeah, not that I know of fairy and fighting typings. But yeah, we're gonna be moving on to Iron Bundle, which is going to be our Shady Penguin. I'm sorry, every time I look at Delibird, I immediately think of Shady Penguin. But yeah, it's going to be ice and water, so he's going to be completely losing the flying type, which is perfectly fine, because I will say this to the day I die, Delibird is just not a good Pokemon. Like, I know it's a gimmick mon, I know it's supposed to be all holiday-ish, it's supposed to just be one of those mons that people don't really use, but not everybody. A good amount of people have like the fandom for it. Like every mon, you can find a fandom for every single mon. For me personally, we got the Slackoth gang. For other people, they may like Dunsparce, which is another mon that I heard was going to get an Evo. However, from what the pictures that I saw, the Evo doesn't look anywhere near as cool as the evolution that it got from Pokemon Uranium. If you guys haven't seen that, go check out my Pokemon Uranium Let's Play. A little bit of a shameless plug. But yeah, Iron Bundle, he's pretty dope looking. What I would have liked to seen was actually more of an Ice Steel combo going into this, because I don't really see what they're doing with the water typing on this guy. Like, I don't know, could somebody explain to me in the comments maybe, like, what were they thinking putting him as a water type? And I don't see it. Like, I just don't see it. The more that I look at him, the more I'm just like, he doesn't look like he belongs in water. He should probably have a steel. But that's pretty much the same thing with every single one of these futuristic mons. Pretty much everyone looks like they should have some form of a steel typing, but I can understand due to limit constraints on the dual typings that we can't have like everyone with steel. But that's just me being a steel fanboy. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. Every single mon that we covered is in their own routes pretty good. Definitely not horrible. If we're gonna be looking to mons, if we're gonna be looking for mons to recommend, I definitely recommend getting that Iron Valiant. I absolutely love that design. That is something I am 100% going to have on my team. Hopefully they make it available to people that we don't have to wait for like late game or like, God forbid, post game to get an Iron Valiant. And other than Iron Valiant, I think I may actually give Iron Thorns a try. I don't like the typing. I really don't like it. However, it's still a fucking T-Tar. And you know what that means, baby. It's a pseudo-legendary. It's going to have pseudo-legendary stats. And like I said before, they can either give it more stats for the future form. It's in the future, it evolved. Come on. You can give it like 10 more stats. Or they can start reallocating some of these stats to some better stat pools, which in the case of T-Tar, I really don't even want to see that. Keep it 100 because I like how T-Tar is built. T-Tar is built like an absolute unit, how he should be. But hey, if they can make him even more of a unit, I'll be all down for that. And by the way, if they're going to be changing the abilities of some of these guys, I would really love to see perhaps an Intimidate. I don't know if we'd ever get Intimidate on a Tyranitar, but if we could, you know, if we were going to, now is the time to do it with these futuristic forms. That'll be it for this one, guys. I will see you all later.